Hello and welcome back to Traveling McGee. My name is Derek and this is my converted 2015 Dodge Grand Caravan, which I have affectionately named Bobby. And today I'm going to be showing everybody how I did my DIY kitchen setup. Hopefully it inspires you to do the same. So for the better part of about 8 months while I was traveling full time, I really didn't have a designated spot in the van where I cooked. If I did cook in the van, I would have to set up like a little table and put my butane stove on top of that, and then try and kind of get all my utensils and stuff like that ready to go. So it was always kind of a headache. If you ever watch any of my other videos, you'll know that my kitchen setup was kind of this big Craftsman toolbox that I used to use. I had all my cooking supplies in it, my utensils, everything like that. And then I had kind of like a dry storage bin that I would keep all my food in, and then just like a little cooler to keep perishable stuff. But now I have a dedicated spot where I am cooking, where I'm storing my food, where I'm storing my utensils, spices and different things like that. And what I came up with was this little setup right here. So the idea here for me was pretty simple. I wanted to have a spot where I could have access to my pots and my pans, my stove, cooking supplies, utensils, have a little bit of a dry food storage system there, another dry food storage, a small little working table where I could have a cutting board, and then underneath that I'm able to have a little container when I do my dishes. And then I also now have this cooler which allows me to store perishable food for a little bit longer. So the basic setup here is I bought this container system at Walmart. They are fairly common. This one had 3 drawers in it. I just took the 3rd one out, and basically I framed it out with wood, and I have a nice little backsplash here. On the other side of this is my headboard. So my head when I sleep is up against this. I have a little shelf here. It's not really a shelf. It's just more of a spot that I was able to install a battery operated light, 2 hooks for pans, and a little system there for just a couple little utensils. I have my butane stove. I put a little clip here so that as I'm driving, this won't come sliding out. And I also have a little Dollar General, Dollar Tree container. These drawers, I have some apples in here right now, but you know, soy sauce, oil, I have some Pam spray, I have some dry rice mixes, some spices, some bouillon, and then in this drawer I have some canned items, some more pots, plates, and some more dry rice mix. So that's really good storage for me for when I'm traveling. I'm able to keep my cutting boards and some different serving platters there. Again, 2 different cutting boards there. I also have some cleaning supplies in here. That's what this container is for. So I have cleaning spray and a towel in there. Like I said, I do have a light, which, where is the switch? As you can see, will come on, which is really nice when I am, you know, parked somewhere kind of at sundown. I can turn that light on and still be able to cook. So that was really important for me. Battery operated, 12 bucks at Walmart. The stove is also from Walmart. This is a Coleman single canister butane stove. Very, very common across van life, nomad living. They are about, I believe, under $30 still. Again, you can find them at Walmart. Walmart sells the butane canisters, which goes right in there. You know, I might do a video about butane stoves, and they're just really easy to use, and I need to clean this one, but really cool thing to have. Nice and compact. It does come with its own little kind of carrying case. Anyway, another dry storage kind of cache that I have. Underneath that, as I had mentioned, I made a little table here to kind of match this piece of wood here. I wanted a little table to kind of use as a cutting board spot when I do my dishes, which is in that little container there. I have my brushes and my dish soap. I can set that right there, wash my dishes in that. I have a little drying rack or a drying towel where I can put stuff. Really all compact, and it fits right underneath there. And this is completely removable, so I could use that as a footstool as well. It's pretty sturdy. So this is also removable. I can pull this whole thing out. If you've watched any of my other van tour videos, you will know that this piece of wood here lifts up, and I have storage underneath here, so I can take this out, and still have access to what's underneath there. Now it's kind of a pain in the neck, but a lot of storage that I keep underneath there I don't need on a daily basis, so it's just kind of backup storage. Onto my cooler. I bought this off of Amazon. It was a Camp Zero. I believe it's a 16-liter tall cooler. I really wanted a Yeti. I just couldn't justify paying the amount of money that a Yeti costs. I know that Yeti is a really great company and they make really great coolers. But for me, I was just a little too cheap. It's pretty comparable to a Yeti. If I put ice in this, it usually lasts for about 3 to 4 days. It has a drain plug on the other side, so I keep all of my perishable food and things like that in there, which is very close in access to this. I have a couple other utensils up in this area: coffee pot, a strainer, another little bowl. But again, everything is just kind of all in one spot. Another really nice thing is I'm covered. So I'm even able to cook if it is kind of windy, or if it is raining, or even if it's snowing. You know, I can stand underneath here with, I'd say, about 6 inches of headroom, and I am completely fine. So it works out really, really well. I can stand here and cook. It's super, super easy. I'm really happy with the way the design turned out. Again, this was in total about $200. The cooler was the most expensive. Everything else, between the wood and the hardware and some of the storage supplies, everything else equaled out to about $60 to $70. And it's come in really, really handy. It's just really nice to have a dedicated spot to cook. I don't have to fumble around through the van. Inside, when I want to cook something, I don't have to come to the back of the van to get a plate and then go back up to the front of the van to get some spices and then back and forth, back and forth. No, everything's right here. But yeah, I am really happy with the way that it has turned out. I've been using it for, I'd say, about 4 months now. At one point I did have to take this out, and I had it sitting on the ground, and there was a gust of wind and it actually fell. So that's why there is a gap here, and there's a little piece missing there, which I was really bummed about because it happened about a week after I made this. But you know, what can you do? So all in all, for about $200, I think it was a pretty good investment, and it really has kind of made my van feel a little bit more RV-ish, made it feel a little bit more homey. You know, just having that spot where I can stand and cook and do what I need to do it's just been really, really great. Everything's kind of in one spot, so it's really worked out great for me. So if you have any other questions about how I set up my van kitchen, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Hopefully this gave everybody some ideas. If you are traveling in a Dodge Grand Caravan, what size, you know, what's the space that you have to work with, and maybe this gives you a little template or maybe an idea of what you would like to do. But thanks for watching this little video of my DIY kitchen setup, and I will see everybody on the next video. See ya.